Here we are again for last week in the school. We'll talk about why the School of Thinking is not for everyone. Our first meeting we ever had in New York City, way back in 1979. Um, Look at some feedback from the current training that we're doing. We'll talk about the intelligence trap, why highly intelligent people are often not very good thinkers, and the next class coming up on Monday. Um, in questions that I get mentioned somewhere on our website that the School of Thinking is not for everyone. It sounds like it's elite. And I'm only saying that because it's true. Everyone is invited, but not everybody opts in to do thinking training. Not everybody thinks that they can learn thinking, and not everybody wants to. So, in that sense, it's not for everyone, although everyone is invited. It does remind me of the first meeting we had way back in December of 1979 in New York after Edward de Bono and I had agreed to do a School of Thinking. And I had the first meeting, I put ads in the New York Times for part-time thinking instructors because we wanted to train thinking instructors. Well, about 100 people showed up. It was in a hotel, and I was very unpolished and very inexperienced. And I talked about the idea of teaching thinking as a skill and that it should be taught in schools as a school subject. Most of the people in the room were New York school teachers. And a fight broke out amongst the teachers, standing up, shouting, arguing, no fisticuffs, fortunately, but a genuine disagreement. Half were saying that this is an outrage. They're already doing everything that could possibly be done to teach kids to think. And the other half were saying, no, this is what we've been waiting for. We want something like this. So I was a bit unprepared for that, so I just ended the meeting and said, look, obviously many people are not interested. I will start another meeting in 5 minutes, and if you're interested, come to that. And I walked out of the room. I thought, well, maybe that's it. Maybe this is not such a good idea after all. But anyway, 5 minutes later, started the new meeting. About 50 were there, and they all pretty much signed up for the first Thinking Instructors course. One of them became the first chief instructor, managing director of the school, and we were up and we were running, and away we went. It was an unusual first meeting, but does show that it is not for everybody. Some people think it's great. I want to learn thinking skills, and other people know I'm okay. Then I want to talk also about the intelligence trap, which is something we talked about then in those days, and we continue to talk about it. The intelligence trap says that the more intelligent a person is, the less likely they are to be a good thinker, which seems perhaps wrong, as if I've made a mistake. The more intelligent people are, the less likely they are to be a good thinker. Why is that? Well, thinking is like intelligence, shall we say, if we look at a motor car, powerful motor car, say a Maserati. Um, the intelligence is like the engine of a car, incredibly powerful engine, enormous potential. And thinking skill is like the operating skill of the driver. So you could have a very powerful car, very powerful engine, but if the driver didn't have very good operating skills, it could be quite a menace. On the other hand, you could have a car that was quite humble, perhaps like a Volkswagen or something, and if the driver was competent and had good driving skills, then it could be very effective. Of course, if you had both, if you had powerful car and powerful driving skills, like an F1 driver, well, away you go. So what we've found is that often people with a highly intelligent and very articulate are able to defend the rightness of their point of view. They get trapped in the right wrong Greco-Roman logic thinking style. The binary, I'm right, you're wrong, let me tell you why. We see that in our parliament, we see it in politics, we see it in the media and so on. I'm right, you're wrong, and now all of the brain power, the intelligence is used simply to defend the rightness of my point of view. Um, Obviously, someone who is more intelligent, more articulate, is better able to defend their CVS, their current view of the situation, so they get trapped. Someone else, perhaps humbler, less intelligent, might be more open-minded and so on. So it really does affect our speed of thought. Now, speed of thought is how long does it take you to escape from your current viewpoint and move to a much better one. So, someone who has a point of view and it takes them 12 months to change their mind, they are a much faster thinker than someone who takes 10 years to change their mind, change their point of view. So, speed of thought has to do with how long does it take to escape from my current point of view and move to a much better point of view. Speed of thought. So, that's the intelligence trap. The next class, we're now doing AIX10, multiply your AI by 10. First class went through very, very successful, lots of good feedback. We focus at the end of the course on the return on investment. The course is $100, but perhaps a bigger investment in time and energy. What's your return? Apart from being getting knowledge and learning how to use AI, we use Chat GPT, but what's the return on investment? What's the potential return on investments over the next 36 months? So very good results. The next class starts on Monday, the 3rd of July. So if you're interested in joining, get in, contact me, and secure your place in that class. There'll be 10 people in the class. Okay, so until next week, have a great week. Thank you.